This lesson is about your powerful thoughts. Yes, your thoughts carry heavy power. In The Iron Lady, and this is a movie that I would strongly suggest that you watch, Meryl Streep, who plays Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher of England, she was quoted as saying, quote, "Watch your thoughts for they become your words. Watch your words for they become your actions. And then watch your actions for they become your habits. And then watch your habits for they become your character. And to watch your character for it becomes your destiny. What we think, we become." End quote. Earl Nightingale, creator of one of the oldest spoken word records on personal development, called this the strangest secret. It essentially describes the same idea by saying that we become what we think about most of the time. Another way of saying that is that we get what we think about most of the time. And interestingly, Earl Nightingale developed his career through his personal study of the New Testament and Napoleon Hill's works, mainly Think and Grow Rich. But now let's consider some more thoughts from the scriptures. And I like this one. Quote, "Whoever sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and whoever sows bountifully will also reap bountifully." End quote. That one's taken from 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 6, and you can check that out for yourself. This is a great illustration that helps us appreciate this powerful, known, universal principle or this law. We can readily see its effects on every conceivable aspect of our lives. As the Iron Lady pointed out, our thoughts, our words, our actions, our habits, our character, our destiny, each thought is a vibration of frequency in the form of wave. It actually permeates all time and space. It is all pervasive energies that affect every molecule that surrounds us. It defines us and drives us with powerful influence. It is a law. Now, we've seen people in the past, and they've tried to fly, and in their psychosis, jumping off buildings to their death, not realizing that their collective vibration has to obey regardless of their childish and persistent thoughts. They have paid dearly with their lives. And something similar is happening with our thoughts, the way we think today. And we are paying the price in many different ways. For that reason, we should consider that those forces permeate every thought that we formulate. So from our words all the way to our destiny. In essence, who we are and our lives are nothing but a result of what we have thought about or what we have been influenced to think up to this point. We have created our own destiny. Now, destiny here is defined as the collective vibrational frequency of what we are or who we are. And I promise to develop this idea on a later riff. So look forward to that. Therefore, as we continue to persist with our thoughts, whether of a positive nature or a negative nature, that is exactly what is being given to us to the natural response of the universe and its laws. At this point, many people wonder, how could they have created so much misery or chaos in their lives all by themselves? We think that somehow we are just victims of people and circumstances beyond our control. And this might be true to a certain extent, but it does not refute that these laws exist and affect every conceivable thought and action of mind and body. We must reap what we have sown. Whatever frequency we generate and broadcast, it must come back instantly to us. Now, consider what Jesus made very clear to those who were considered as unlettered and uneducated people. At the Sermon of the Mount, he explained that thoughts could have an evil nature, or that they could be powerfully negative with strong negative consequences. Now, you can read this in Matthew chapter 5, verse 22. And I'll quote him here. It says, "However, I say to you that everyone who continues wrathful with his brother will be accountable to the court of justice. And whoever addresses his brother with an unspeakable word of contempt will be accountable to the Supreme Court, liable to the fiery Gehenna." End quote. Let's strongly consider here the point regarding thoughts, mainly the ones of a negative nature. For the person who decides to harbor negative thinking will have to deal with serious consequences. So, do the laws of physics give light to the possible outcomes of such negative thoughts? Considering that a hateful thought carries a frequency with a magnetic pull, then the strong emotion of hate is really amplifying the nature of that thought. The laws of physics permeating such thoughts will continue to make the intensity of the energy being broadcasted to its larger and more obvious manifestations. Those thoughts will become words of hate. Those words of hate will enforce the thoughts themselves, creating bigger negative thoughts and more negative words. This will continue to influence the person, showing the nature of that energy vibrating powerfully, ultimately influencing them to act negatively. This, in turn, will create powerful negative habits, which will create in us a person of a negative character. Thus, our destiny or personal collective vibrational pattern will perpetuate every aspect of our lives and surroundings. So, to emphasize the truth about these statements, we previously discussed how in Japan there were some scientific experiments that were done with water, proving that thoughts are things that affect physical matter. They prove in the same manner that we must realize that our body and mind, everything that makes us, are vibrating frequencies of energy into the universe, permeating all space and time, and thus through the law of attraction, creating our lives and what we experience at every instant of Planck time. It is the law. We must reap what we have sown, regardless of the nature of who we are, what we are, and who we have become. But here's the great news. The opposite is absolutely true by law. Our positive thoughts, as we enforce them, will create what we do desire. Our positive words will become positive actions that will translate into healthy habits of success. In turn, our character will be so powerful that we have no choice but to create our own desired destiny. Our automatic set point of vibration will bring us and create in our present reality the exact blueprint of that vibrational field. So if we want to feel good every day, to be in the career that we dream about, to do things we have thought of as impossible until now, we must know they are already in existence and that they are a reality in the energetic field of infinite possibilities. All we have to do is change the channel of our broadcast, transmitter, and receiver, our brain. Change what we picture, say, what we do, and most importantly, what we think and how we think. So as we exercise this ability, we will program our molecular structure so that just like water will take the shape of any vessel that we pour it into, we can essentially become what we want the most.